It's another one I'm curious about. Some of our some of the pantheons, because first I'm trying to hit some of the gods that exist in that I'm going to do. Because there's a god. Where's the Assyrian deities? Where are they? Better be in here. I have a whole character built around the around specifically Assyrian and like the Assyrian deities. That is one of the characters that like I specifically have on the docket to play through. Okay, there they are. What? Dead or missing or unaccounted? No. God damn it. Anubis is fucking gone? I guess, did they just, I guess I can understand it, but like it seems like they might have gotten rid of the Assyrian deities. You know, because they're just literally just the Egyptian pantheons, yeah. Because at the end here, like literally all at the end,
grade flamethrower.
It's everything in a table. Yeah, it looks like it was in something of gods that are unaccounted for dead. That's a shame. Yeah, it looks like it was in something. We'll have to alter that character concept.
All right, we're live. Welcome everyone to Table Talk, where we talk all things tabletop. I'm your host, the Battle Gamer, with my co-host Glue Boy.
Hello, hello.
And today is going to be a fun stream because today you guys get to ask me whatever questions you want about Divine Mysteries. And this is not necessarily a sponsored stream, but it's a partnered stream because I got for selling as many shirts as I have for Into the AM, which, by the way, wearing their shirt today. I do love their shirts a lot. I'm sad my favorite shirt was the graphic is on the back rather than the front, which is really weird. Because I'd be wearing that shirt because I really like the Magical Brew one. If you've seen my recent video, then you've seen it. It's a pretty good one. But I got two $25 gift codes. I could do whatever I want. I could have used them myself, but I decided instead to put it forward. So today at some point, we're going to be doing a couple giveaways for those. Though, I'm going to say now that the giveaways will be on Twitch only, sadly, because doing it on YouTube is a huge nightmare. And I haven't gotten a chance to go through third-party websites for all that kind of stuff. So unfortunately, it's only going to be on Twitch, but you guys will get a good heads-up notice before the giveaway comes out. So don't worry about that. That's going to be, and it's a lot easier because then I can just send you the code through Twitch, which is preferable to trying to extract your email address and then emailing you. So but we'll get to that a bit later, and as people are still going to be hopping into the chat here, and these streams in particular are really bad about people asking the same questions over and over, we're going to give a bit of time for people to hop in. So Alex, what's been up with you?
Yeah, I am hot back into making videos again. I have done my last of a good bit in Trench Crusade, fresh into the Kickstarter ending, wrapping up with $3 million, which, God, what a thing to end off their project with. And
your videos have been killing it lately, by the way. I've been keeping an eye on it. Jesus.
Yeah, it definitely has. It's been nuts. It's been fun. It's also been funny that I got a small little shout out from one of the lead devs of Trench Crusade, because I tweeted out that video and it was retweeted by Thomas Purin. I think that's how you say his last name. But he specifically said this is fun. I like these types of lore videos. And I was like, okay, this is the one that you noticed?
Yeah.
Mainly because it's the video I did, New Antioch, in a much kinder way in the thumbnail, instead of a lot of other thumbnails and titles for New Antioch, which their whole vibe is brave, stalwart defenders of Jesus Christ against the forces of hell. I was like, how do I describe them as brave? Well, I made a TOS friendly way of saying, faith unbreakable, pants unshitted. And I was like, there we go. Let's do this. And then he immediately was like, yes.
Based.
Amazing. I was like, okay, that's the one you see. So yeah, that's fun. He's a very cool guy though, from everything I've seen about him. So
nice.
So yeah, it's been fun, and I'm hard at work on another video set in a different world that'll probably do worse. So we will see how it goes.
And also, yo, what's up, Spyronos? It's been a minute. Glad to see you here. And also, Ogun. Funny enough, a lot of the deities, of the many things the remaster touched, many of the deities were surprisingly untouched, so there shouldn't be any necessary homebrewing necessarily.
I mean, I'll say I am sad that the Assyrian deities in this book are As they're accounted for here, they are specifically said to be unaccounted for, dead, missing, whatever. However, it does give you like what they are. It does give you like their stats and like what they favor, what their domains are. It gives you the stuff for it. So, like it's still here. So you don't need to homebrew them. I've had a character for an Anubis like cleric for a while, like from Assyrian for like a long time, and that's why I'm like, dang. However, I can look at this table that gives me all of the stuff for Anubis and all the other Assyrian stuff. It makes sense that they'd be like, let's not have the whole ass Egyptian pantheon like, from Earth in our game. That makes sense. That's an older tabletop thing.
Right.
It's like how old D&D, you could just be like, hello, I worship Thor. And that was like totally normal. It's not even thing anymore.
It's not even really a lore issue because the Baba Yaga is still like a thing. So
yeah.
I don't know. It's just one of those things where if you're going to dedicate page space to something, it'd probably be best to dedicate it to something unique to your setting. So
exactly. If I'm going to cull gods, the first thing I'm gonna look to is the stuff that has like I have pulled from Earth. That like the Baba Yaga is so tied into Galarian lore at this point. I wouldn't take that. This other stuff, yeah, I would.
Also, Oyman depends on the art. I can't just like go through the book and show you guys everything. I get to do little snippets here and there. If there's a piece of art specifically you want to see, sure. But I'm not gonna go and like be like, all right, guys, let's look at all the art. So we have to pick and choose. And also the Rivathune stuff is very interesting. I'm particularly hyped for that stuff. There's so much good shit in this book that I don't know what video to cover next, honestly. I might do the Battle Harbinger, because that's... I mean, they literally turned Cleric into an actual martial class, which is super funny.
I think that is super funny.
And then there's, of course, Palatine Detective, which is like, yes, give me an occult investigator. And they did exactly that, and it's really, really good.
I kind of stand by what you said in your video. I think you should do that one first.
Yeah, I might, honestly. I'm also, like, to kind of pat myself on the back, I'm super happy with this video. I've been very much stressing on, like, creating a different kind of tone for my videos, because I've been overly analytical. Like, positive, but positive and analytical with a lot of my videos. And this video was like, all right, let's just have fun. Let's just talk about the good things. And I felt like it did really, really well. I felt like the video was just better, which is good because I want to talk about other things. I'm trying to get that vibe correct, which is hard to do for me because I'm just not the kind of person to be like, I don't know, I like to have a measured take in anything, including positivity. So, yeah, it was really fun. Also, I love that Gorham effect. That was really, really funny in the video. It's perfect. I found a shattering effect just for that.
I just like the importance to mention Gorham dying in like every situation possible.
Mm-hmm.
It's important to do.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, like, every single class archetype in here is so fun. Like, I just like going through your video. This is a really fun book. I knew I'd like this one a lot. I like the Lost Omen books. I think they do a really good job with them. These class options, while like not the thing I was directly going into, and I know it's something we both said, you in particular said, like, don't go into this book expecting like, a whole class book.
Right.
That's not what this is. This isn't a rule book. They went harder on the class stuff than I thought they would. I was not expecting like some of the witch stuff, to be honest. I was hyped to hear that the mosquito witch was getting just anything, because I I have a character built around the Mosquito Witch, and I was excited to see that in general.
Yeah, honestly, I've already confirmed the next class I'm gonna play is Witch. So not only getting like the new versions of the Baba Yaga and the Mosquito Witch, but 3 new Witch patrons. Kind of sick. I'm super excited. And 2 new divine ones too, which is pretty cool because there's only 1 divine one really before. So I'm super stoked. We'll get to the questions here in just a moment. I want to give a little bit more time so we can have as few repeat questions as possible. So give us like another 5 minutes, and then we'll start looking into the questions. And also, I did mention it before. I do see a lot of you here on YouTube. Just know the giveaway today is going to be done solely through Twitch. You don't have to be on Twitch the whole time, and I'm going to let you guys know ahead of time when you need to hop onto Twitch, but as of right now, Twitch is just the easiest way. YouTube doesn't have good integrations for even bots, really, or stuff like giveaways. So Twitch is the easiest, so I can do the giveaway. So we can do I have MooBot ready to do one of the raffles, and then I can just message you straight from Twitch. So if you haven't done so yet, make a Twitch account real quick. Follow. You don't even have to follow on Twitch. This giveaway is purely just thanking you guys for all the views, and also all the people who have gotten shirts. Also, it's just really nice to get like an extra $25 gift card for some pretty good shirts. I've been really happy. I really like this one too. The kind of like dark eclipse one. It's also one of the only ones I've gotten so far that don't fuck up the green screen. So, you know. Any content for non-witch familiars? Technically, but there's not a lot of like... This is not a very rule-heavy book. So, we'll get into that here in a little bit. But yeah, just talking about some of the favorite stuff I've had from the book so far. I mean, I love the class archetype stuff. I liked it in more of Immortals, and the class archetype stuff in this one are no different. Like, Battle Harbinger being just straight up, hey, let's just make an actual martial cleric, is good. It's what so many people have been wanting, and I love the idea that the Battle Harbinger is not just like a martial cleric. It's you're a debuff machine, and if you get lucky with a lot of crits with some compounding factors on that, you can make an enemy's AC -4, which is hilarious.
Which is great. I mean, that's something we've said often. It's like, do you really need the bonus to hit if you can reduce an enemy's AC?
Right.
It's kind of the same thing.
It really is. The Battle Harbinger is really, really interesting. And like I said, Palatine Detective it's the class I've been wanting, because Thaumaturge wasn't exactly what I wanted. I wanted a investigator, like smart kind of class that does occult stuff. Well, the Thaumaturge is more like Witcher style, you know. I wanted something more like Dresden, less Geralt. Even though I do love Geralt as well. It's just it's a good time. And like 3 archetypes purely dedicated to the Rivathune stuff is fascinating. So, like this book. Go ahead.
I gotta say, like, just another to toss on the pile of very, very cool things. You know what's another just very cool thing they tossed in? The Pact Broker Witch Patron.
Yeah.
That is such a fun, specific vibe of you are the middleman between a pact-based entity somewhere off in the distance. And your familiar is constantly tempting people in the vicinity.
Yeah.
And I love the art of like this kind of like demon vampire-esque guy. I really like that vibe of playing like the tempter.
I know.
Or even like maybe like an unwilling tempter. depending on what kind of tone you want to go for the character campaign. I can picture like almost like a butler-esque character for your patron that's kind of like, hey, come on, make that deal. I bet he'd take this. It's like, yes, sir. Like you have to like play a butler witch kind of vibe.
Also, you're absolutely gonna love the Rasmurin Priest.
I really like the Rasmurin Priest.
Yeah, I told Devin about it. He's like, that's perfect for Alex. I was like, yeah, that's the first thought I had too.
in the moment you said in your video, it's perfect if you want to play a little shit. I'm like, I feel like that's targeted.
I mean, it literally is what it does. You're just a sham cleric, and it's hilarious.
It's really funny. I didn't know fully who Rasmurin is, but I kind of respect his hustle. I know him more now. I do respect his hustle completely.
Also, nice Spider Nos. I'm glad that Barbarian build people are really enjoying. It's a really silly, it's very like, it's a very Diablo 4 build. You just do like crushing leap over and over and over again. God of MLMs, exactly. That's what makes Rasmir so hilarious. But yeah, that Barbarian build is very cool. But all right, so it's time, question time. So we'll answer your questions, and then after a bit of time, we'll give away the first gift card. So if you're not on Twitch, just remember you do need to be on Twitch to participate. So make an account now if you haven't, but you don't have to. You don't have to be watching. You don't have to be subbed or a follower. You just need to be there so that we can use the MooBot, and it's easier for me to give you the codes. So if you haven't done so already. But yeah, if you guys have questions, now we can start asking, and we'll just answer them as they come. I mean, Rasmir in a meta sense is funny. Rasmir in setting is, I mean, like every other evil wizard, you know. Is Ijisk in the book?
I'll control F.
All right.
There he is.
How much is on?
Or she is Mother of Tongues. Let's see.
Is it one of the ones that just like kind of a paragraph?
Yes.
Okay.
They are. Yes, they are in a paragraph.
It's in the lesser deity section of the book.
Yes, they are. Because it is in one of the monitored demigods.
Aren't the Palatine detective spells innate? Do they go up to 8th? They are innate spells. Also, I do think there is a error in the book when it comes to the Palatine detective. But I don't think they automatically heighten. If that is what you're thinking about. But they do. Oop, I skipped it. It's hard because everything is literally in the last like 900 pages, like last like 70 pages of the book. Where are you? Oh, I skipped it again. Goodness. Also, Mortal Herald's really sick, by the way.
I need to read through Mortal Herald. You were hyping it up a good amount.
Oh yeah, definitely that feat is borked. So they have greater esoteric spellcasting. It's supposed to be a 10th level feat, but it's marked as 12th in the book, which doesn't make sense. They only get up to 6th rank spells. It is not a full casting archetype. That's not the point. The point is that you're a investigator who gets to use cool magic tricks. So don't go into the Palatine detective thinking, oh yes, I get to be a caster investigator. No, you get to be an investigator who knows a few cool magic tricks that are handy from time to time. You're better off multi-class multi-class archetyping if you want to play a full magic investigator, which you can totally do because it's an intelligence-based class, so you got witch or wizard just right there.
Yeah, I mean, quite honestly, multi-classing into wizard sounds like a pretty good bet.
Yeah. This one is really good, especially because one of their major features is if they get to recall knowledge using either occultism or religion on a creature, so essentially like aberrations, monsters, or demons and angels, they get special bonuses, even doing extra precision damage to them, which I think is really, really cool. So it's exactly what I want. I don't want a class that gives me tons of like just spellcaster worth spellcasting. I want to have a few special tools that I can inventively try to make use of. I think that makes the class much more interesting. Yeah. Which archetype is your favorite? You know what? Genuinely, I don't know. I'll be biased and say Palatine Detective because I've been wanting it, but I have not honestly given all of them like a fair, like all the Rivathune stuff looks really, really interesting, and I think there's a lot of interesting potential there, but I have not given them all a fair shake. But I'm gonna say Palatine Detective, also with getting Thaumaturgic Ritualist and Cast Out as additional feats. It sounds like it's gonna be a really fun class. Did you also think Apsu's artwork was terrible? Yes, actually. Apsu's artwork is, you know what, here, I'll show y'all Apsu's artwork here. It's really funny. He just looks derpier than normal.
Huh. The old Pathfinder art. Yeah, that is because I looked at the that art and I was like, I mean, that's like not the worst thing in the world. And then I looked at the older art for them and I was immediately like, okay. Yeah, they're okay. There was a little bit of a downgrade.
I mean, in the end, just different interpretations, but a lot of the art is really, really good. Like, don't take this Apsu art as like any indication of the quality of art in the book. A lot of it is really, really good. Like Charg, like I showed in the video, I love Charg. I don't even know what Charg does. I still don't know what Charg does. I have not looked into it. I'm just there. I'm there for Charg.
Like just scrolling through this book, I think if you're scrolling through and don't come up with like fun character concepts just based off the art, what are you doing? It's what a lore book should do.
Good. Oh my god. Why are you so big? So there's the new Apsu art. It's kind of sad, honestly. Let's see. More Apsu information. Tiago, what do you want? What more do you want on Apsu? I can give that to you here. Okay, I have one. I have a society cleric that's a healer. That's healer based. I went down the medicine dedication build. Is there any divine healing options for Sarenrae? What do you mean divine healing options? Are we talking like... Are we talking like domains? Because nothing has fundamentally changed with the core gods. So everything we've had before with the core gods is pretty much what we have now. She has a healing font, and her domains are fire, healing, sun, and truth. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure like the gods didn't. I don't think the gods really like changed a lot. A lot of the stuff of this is really just a reprinting of everything into one source. So This isn't going to be every single god got like altered a crazy amount.
Yes, Andrew, there is Regathiel information. It's not a lot. It is like two and a half paragraphs of information. It's just kind of in that section of kind of lesser deities. Here's some little tidbits of lore, but nothing more substantial than that. Regathiel is in the book.
Also, God, you were not kidding about the fact that like, what is this one? Mortal Herald has a lot of feats.
It has a metric ton of feats. We won't do a full dive right now.
No,
it's fascinating because you get the dedication at 12th level, so you only get to pick 4 more feats of all of those.
It's 4 pages of feats, guys.
Yeah, it's insane. Also, I want to show you my new favorite orc god. His name is Varg, and I would die for him. Here's Varg. It's just... He just looks like you fused an orc and a dwarf together and gave him a cannon. I'm so into this. I also love like his welder set armor. Varg is awesome.
What a dude.
He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy.
I'm a big fan of him.
In all likelihood, he's massive. He's probably like a giant. So yeah, love the new Varg art. Any funny Caden Callian lore? I haven't looked too much into it yet, so I won't be answering like super deep dive questions. But I think it's more the same fare, honestly. If anything, the funniest thing about Caden Callian as the book is that his Mortal Herald's a furry.
Yeah. Because I don't know if they have anything brand new with him, because it'd basically be like comparing any information you have with him before. I also don't remember if they altered anything about the divine intercessions, because that's the first thing I looked at, because I was like, man, I love Caden Callian. That's because I have a character for Caden Callian I want to make at some point. I just enjoy his divine intercessions that if you really, really piss him off, if anyone drinks around you within 100 feet, you get drunk.
Yeah, you get their hangover. You don't even get drunk.
Oh, yeah, you get the all the negative effects of the alcohol.
Yeah.
That's it.
Dead Phoenix wanted to see the emissary art. Here it is. It is, as everyone's been saying, this is the iconic shaman. The thing with Pathfinder 2nd Edition that I think a lot of people are kind of not understanding Paizo's intent is, like, unless they are like the true iconics before, the lesser iconics can be used for whatever and have been used for whatever. But the emissary is definitely the shaman from first edition.
That is like such dope armor. Like, I really like that.
I think that the Riverthune emissary stuff's really, really cool. Fabio asks, is there something about in the Eldest section? Yeah, but the same we got for in Gods and Magic, so not a lot of new stuff, unfortunately. And that's the big thing about this book in general. It's not really a new book. It's a remaster of Gods and Magic with some updated, like, little bits. The core gods, I think, got a little bit more, but otherwise, it's mostly the same stuff. So all the lesser gods still got like a paragraph or so of information. Are damaging single target domain spells all attack roll spells? I think most of them are still attack rolls. I can double check real quick.
Oh, and while you're checking, I can answer another question. I heard Mortal Herald could be a Mythic Destiny. Can you confirm? Yes. That is true. Fuck, why did that window just change? A mythic character can select the Mortal Herald archetype as their mythic destiny. You must be a mythic character to select feats from this archetype that have the mythic trait.
There you go. Yeah, some of them are attack spells, some of them aren't. I have not been able to cross-reference everything. So if you have a specific spell, I can answer. But if you don't, I'm not going to review all the spells and cross-reference them here. That's too much work. Let's see. Got the Riverthune art. A lot of people were asking for that. What does Eridan's deity stat block look like? No deity stat blocks. Is Calicut in this book? I don't think so.
I did Control F them and found nothing.
Yeah. To be fair, again, most gods, like remaster-wise, most gods did not need to change nor change. The only thing that would have been changed are their domains, which are just different. So if it was a god that existed before, then its lore and stuff and everything probably hasn't changed. Yeah, the Dahak artwork was very weird. Also, I don't like how they like just shrank it down so small. I would have preferred just like a cut of his head or something. That would have looked much better. But yeah, the Dahak art is not super great. Let's see. Spyronos. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I don't think any feats were actually introduced in this book, which is weird because that was in the last Gods and Magic book. So no new feats or stuff dedicated to like religious characters in this book. So it sounds like they already have on archive. Yeah, most of the gods already are on archive and Ethos. You can look them up. It's game night. Cool, Knopf. Glad you're here. Hopefully you have a fun game.
Aerodin is actually, he does actually have a section in the In Memoriam.
Yeah,
stuff.
He just doesn't have a stat block.
Yeah, there's no like stat block, but like, Aerodin likes the longsword. It gives you society as a skill. If he was alive to give it to you.
Oath information. Yes, we can do oath information. Specifically, would love the Demon Fiend one if you're picking an example. Bum, 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 bum. That is under, I believe, Oath of the Defender. So Oath of the Defender, you choose aberrations, celestials, dragons, fiends, or undead. You can't choose celestials if you're holy or fiends if you're unholy. Allies in your champion aura, not including yourself, get 2 resistance damage dealt by creatures with that chosen trait. If such a creature deals more than 1 damage type at once, apply the resistance only to the highest amount of damage. The resistance increases to 3 at 7th, 4 at 12th, and 5 at 17th. If a creature with your chosen trait triggers your champion's reaction and your champion's reaction grants resistance, increase that resistance by 5. So a lot of the oaths, let's see, there's 3 different oaths, and then there's another oath related feat. Oh, there's also Oath of the Slayer, which is the offensive version where you strike the chosen creature and your devotion spells deal additional damage, 1 additional spirit damage against a creature with the chosen trait. increases to 2 at 7th, 3 at 14th. If the creature with the chosen trait triggers your champion reaction, the additional damage doubles until the end of your next turn. So, Oath of the Slayer and Oath of the Defender are kind of the anti-fiend one. And honestly, picking them both, not too bad. Gives your allies bonuses as long as they're within your aura, and also just helps you fuck them over more. So, pretty good.
And then later on, you can get a feat to enforce your oath, where you get a +1 status bonus to said creature, and but you get a -1 status penalty to AC for any other creature that isn't that you've declared. You get a +1 to hit, and you get +1 AC for fighting that thing. So it is you get some benefits for your oaths. And also, you can take on a celestial or fiendish form later on at 18th level. That's kind of also fun.
Let's see. Inner Radiance. I don't see Inner Radiance here. That doesn't mean necessarily it's not here. Unless that's a domain spell. Is that a domain spell? Charles? You know what am I doing? I just hit it. No, there's no Inner Radiance here. Any gods with bladed scarf as their divine weapons? Not that we don't already know about.
Yeah, it's really just Savannah.
Oh my god, I didn't realize they put a chart that splits between 2 pages.
Yeah,
That's
it's just with
dumb.
you have to. It's just for the PDF version.
Yeah, that's dumb. All right.
I will say it's better. You have to view it on 2-page mode. You have to change how the PDF it's actually viewed.
Justin Flanagan asks, my DM is making me play only female characters in our campaign, and he always wants to RP with my character every time. What should I do? Well, give him the strap.
Yeah, leave the game if that's a fully real question.
No,
leave the
sorry.
game.
I like strap on. That's what I was. It obviously it's a joke.
Oh yeah.
Seriously though, yeah, leave the game. But like, as a joke, just say you're only into the Dom stuff. There you go.
Yeah, just flipping on him.
Yeah, exactly.
Make him uncomfortable. Make him weird.
Anyone else just wondering what Whisper does? I don't know what Whisper you're referring to. Isn't there an in memoriam section of deities? Yep, that has been answered.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean stat block? Wait a minute. Are you talking about like their deity stuff?
I think just like the actual like deity page that lists out what their fonts are, the edicts, the spells, that kind of thing.
I don't think Eridan's is there either.
Eridan was there. I found it.
No. But did he have it like his deity stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then that's where I was like, oh yeah, you can get society. He has a long sword.
Oh, okay.
And that's where I was joking that if he could give it to you because he's dead.
Whisper. What's Whisper? Whisper. What is Whisper? See, that got answered. Sorry, I'm a little backtracked on comments, but we're catching up. any of these effects work with the new Harbinger. I don't know what you're referring to, Harbinger.
I think that was when we were talking about the odes. And like if we're multi-classing. So I don't know. That's if you do a Battle Harbinger Cleric multi-class, so probably.
Oh, the art for the Aurori follower? Sure. I love the follower art, by the way.
I really like that aspect of it. God or follower art. Yeah.
Like, God art's cool, but like follow art is like I can see my character exist. That's the thing that like I think is super important.
Exactly. It's like the God doesn't help me sometimes. The follower art is like, what does a person in that role fill, and like what could they look like? Because that's what a lore book should do. It should get your ideas of rolling for playing a character.
Though if I was to have one gripe, too many human followers. Give me followers of other ancestries, please. And don't get me wrong, I am a big, like, I love human characters. I make a lot of human characters. I'm a like a self-realized kind of individual. But in a game like this where there are so many different ancestries, they did give each of the core ancestries at least one, which I guess that's all we can really ask for. But come on, like there are so many good ancestries out there. I don't know. Not that one. There you go. The Aurori follower. I do love this one because I'm also a big like warrior sage kind of individual, and the idea of someone who's like a martial artist and like educated or a magic caster or something like that, like I do like this a lot. This individual, like, she's meditating, she's got a bunch of scrolls, reading a book at the same time. Like, this is really cool art. I really do like this art.
That's just a well-designed like fantasy character, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. I was just like while scrolling through some stuff, I found the domain section because I know I also saw somebody asking about domains way earlier. There I think are some new domain stuff.
I haven't seen a new domain. Apparently I'd have to double check it, but apparently the dragon domain was the wormling domain or whatever.
I was just like cross-referencing with Archive of Nethys, but disorientation is a new domain.
It's not. It's what
is it not?
I said in the video actually. So fake fan.
I was watching it.
It used to be Delirium. Its name was changed.
I see.
Yeah, I don't see the. Oh wait, I didn't hit the thing. Yeah, Wormkin.
Did they change? Is Nothingness another name they changed?
Yes, that used to be Void.
Oh, gotcha. So they just changed a bunch of the names.
Yeah, and apparently Dragon was Wormkin.
Gotcha. All right, makes sense. I hope we don't see a bunch of annoying comments like I was about to just make.
Fake fans, all of you.
I was just trying to figure it out because I was curious. Though, yeah, because it lists out 24, and I would imagine, because I know a chunk of these were remaster stuff. Look, there's 61. There's 24 here. So not everything made this jump.
Well, this is just the ones that were added from God's, like the core ones aren't here because they're in core.
That's what I assumed.
Yeah. I haven't looked over everything though, so we'll have to see. I don't know if I'm gonna do a before and after, like what changed. I might if I'm feeling so inclined, but
that's a lot of stuff you're gonna have to pour through.
It's the most annoying thing I've done on the channel. I've done it and people haven't appreciated it, but It's not fun to do. All right. Well, you know what? While everyone is thinking of any more questions you might have, let's do the first giveaway. I have two $25 gift cards that are associated with the code. So I'm going to do a giveaway. And we're going to do type keyword in chat, giveaway description, $25 gift code to Into the AM. And we're going to do hashtag divine. That's a lot. You know what? Let's just make it hashtag Varg after our little guy at work friend. Hashtag Varg, capital V. Anyone can participate. Everyone gets one. I haven't done this before, so if it gets a little messed up, then we'll do it. But anyway, for the giveaway, so you need to be on Twitch. We're only doing it on Twitch. So join on Twitch. You don't have to keep watching after the giveaway. There will be another code a little bit later, though. And we're going to do hashtag Varg here in just a moment. Let's see here. Let's do...
I did see a question. Oh, unless you're doing giveaway stuff. I have an answer for something.
Because let's see. This would be 1,700 today. Create. All right. Hashtag Varg. Let me, So you're doing hashtag Varg to entry. That did count as an entry from me, but that's fine. So on Twitch, hashtag Varg. The winner will get a $25 gift card to Into the AM. You can get some really nice shirts or whatever. We're gonna have two giveaways, one per viewer, or you know, you can only win once. I can't give it to you, Alex. I'm sorry.
Whoa. It's rude. You just give me $25 in real life.
I could. I'm not, but I could.
It's fucked up. I'm your friend.
All right, so.
I do have an answer though for a question that while
Sure.
you were doing stuff, I was comparing. Oi Man, which I also saw about like disappointed unchanged domains. It looks like some stuff might have been altered in some subtle ways. Well, it has to be compared a bit by bit because for Oyman, Wormkid got remastered to Dragon and the initial domain spell got changed. Yes, but subtly. It subtly got changed. So how it used to work is you made some dragons, you rolled a d6 for a random type, you sent them out, it does a d6 plus your spell casting in like a barrage, and that was your thing. It doesn't work like that as like anymore. Now, instead, you create those dragons. You get to choose what type of damage it does. You get to choose if it's fire, force, mental, or spirit damage. And then for the duration of a minute, you get to deal an additional damage, and then it gets heightened as like the, I guess like heightened +1 as it has, by an additional damage every time for an entire minute to all of your strikes. And then any point in that minute, you can order the dragons to barrage. It's now 2d4 damage of that type on a reflex save, which that damage also increases by 2d4 every heighten. And then the moment they do their barrage attack, they, the spell ends, like they just wink out of existence. So it's just changed it slightly. It's altered the damage type and instead has added you an effect for the entirety of the minute the dragons are active. So, like, honestly, just comparing these two initial, like, abilities, this new Draconic Barrage kind of sounds better. I'm not gonna lie. Because my big entry point for any ability in Pathfinder is how useful is it? Like, how much use am I gonna get out of it? Because really, the old one was just like you send it out, it does damage once, and then it ends. I don't think this one has soul, so I'm gonna have to compare more fun ones as time goes on.
Yeah. So giveaway, we're doing giveaway for the next 4 minutes. It's ending at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so at the end of the hour here. Hashtag Varg, 1 entry per on Twitch specifically. So do that now. We'll be doing the first giveaway, and then we have another $25 gift card we'll be doing a little bit later. You'll be receiving the code on Twitch through a message. And if the code, for whatever reason, doesn't work, I wasn't given a time period to use these codes, so they might be good forever, or at least like for one-time use anyway. If they don't work, let me know, and I will contact into the AM to see if I can get our code. But you probably won't end up using it right away, but just so you know. Covenants are in the game, are in the book. I didn't go in depth with them, but they are there. Similar with Pantheons. No, there's like no general feats in this book, which is very weird because I do know that there were some before. So yeah, I don't know what the deal with that is necessarily. Which covenant looks the most interesting? I mean, that's gonna be another super biased question for me, because the Order of the Palatine Eye, I mean, it's literally just a bunch of dudes collecting a bunch of artifacts together and exploring the occult. Like, they also have this tome, the tome of the Golden Tome of Tabris, that seems to be giving them power, which is really, really interesting. Like, I like it because it's not really known if a specific deity or something is giving them power, and that makes it really, really fun.
I really like one of these covenants, State Farm, that seems to be here. Because looks like Caden Callian, Aristil, Household Spirits, Sarenrae, Torag with good neighbors.
Yeah. Are you guys ever talking about covenants specifically? I haven't really looked too much into them, if I'm going to be honest. Not that I'm not interested. I have a 330 page book to look through.
It's one of the many bits of just like delving through this entire book with all the options is like, it's gonna take some hefty time. Because the first thing I did, like looking at this, is like, all right, all the things of the pre-existing characters I have to immediately laser in on those first. And then it's like expanding outwards. And I imagine everybody here, like all the questions we've been fielding, it sounds like a lot of you are asking similar questions. It's like, okay, I have these characters right here. How am I being affected? Because that's how you kind of have to start with a big book like this. That makes sense. A lot of the answers, well, like it sounds like, are you're not going to be majorly affected, which is good. You don't want a lot of your stuff messed with. Though the bit is like, are you going to get any fun goodies? Because Mosquito Witch, from what I was looking at, honestly, the only things that's changing for a character I'll play down the line, who's going to be a Mosquito Witch, like Patron Witch, is the familiar ability is, I think, a little better. Instead of extending the negative effect by 1, like whenever I would do that, it can grant concealment, just if I'm sharing a space. And then tightening up the rule like text on one of the cantrips.
It's capital like V Lego.
Oh yeah. Cause like I was comparing, I was like, oh, that's half the rule text for that cantrip. And I was actually reading it. It's like, nope, the actual difference is they just fixed the writing, because the writing in the old cantrip for Mosquito Witch was just very clunky. But it works the same way.
It might have automatically closed, but Lego, try capital V. I'll give you a moment here. Otherwise, we're going to draw. How much Ribbithune lore does the book provide? There's actually a lot. It's got a whole like page or 2 dedicated to it. So a lot, probably not enough, but a lot. So that did not go through. Can I? Nah, I think it was too late. You have to join in for the next one, Lego. All right, we're gonna draw. Serac, congratulations. I will be sending you the code. Let's see here. No worries, Lego. There will be another giveaway in a little bit of time. Oh, I'm looking at my phone. I have it pulled up over here. You win. Code. Boop. You're welcome, Zach. All right. There'll be another one. We'll get it done before the stream ends, so stay tuned.
You know,
curses and boons, they are in the book, yes, but nothing new. The core gods have them, everyone else doesn't.
Yeah, I looked through immediately. I was like, ooh, did other gods get them? I was like, nah, dang. Oh well. You know, reading through more too of the Battle Harbinger, all I can think of is the Reddit post we were making fun of last week. And more of what the hell was that guy on? This archetype kind of rules. Battle Harbinger is sick.
It's really good.
I rarely have a lot of moments in Pathfinder where I'm reading through feats and I'm like, dang, I kind of want both. Can I have both options, please? Like, Aura Enhancement and Tandem Onslaught are both really cool.
Yeah.
Do I want the big AoE like a Bane or like the other one? Or do I want Tandem Onslaught to like when you successfully hit, you automatically sustain an aura? Like, both of those are great. Oh my god. Man.
All right, someone asked for the Abadar follower art. Not one of my favorites. Kind of just in the category of it's just some guy. But yeah, he's got some gold at his feet. He's wearing a gold chain. Not one of the more interesting ones, in my opinion. Nethys looks fully unhinged in that picture. Well, he is actually just insane, so. His drip, though. I mean, yeah, sure. For, like, just being a dude, he does got some drip. I mean, he's a follower of Avatar. He's got money. Why does he look like a tech bro? He does look like he invests in NFTs. Not gonna lie.
Is that part of Abadar's lore? Would Abadar, like, try to pitch you a tech startup?
Abadar becomes so powerful in the future when NFTs become a thing.
Does Abadar like follow the same path, like reverse going through the same path as Baba Yaga, but specifically to get to Silicon Valley?
Oop, wrong background.
I can't wait for Galarian to get some form of a rideshare app.
There it is. And all the wrong buttons.
What? Oh, okay. That's sick art. 224. This is a cool ass god.
Mahar.
One of the outer gods and great old ones.
Sure.
Mahar.
Mahar. Or Mar, yeah. I don't know.
Mahar.
I love the outer gods. Again, I said in the video, I hate when people are gods. I want my gods to be unknowable entities.
I always kind of like the vibe for gods that gods can choose their form. And like that's my vibe that I enjoy. Gods are nebulous, can pick their form.
I mean, technically that's lore accurate, but also like then many of them just choose to be just people.
Yeah. See, look at that guy. Look at the crab volcano.
Crab
what the fuck
volcano.
is going on?
Some of the gods look straight up just like monsters. It's funny how indistinguishable they are sometimes. But to be fair, many of the gods just look like people. So
yeah, okay. It's literally a great old one that is imprisoned under a volcano, and people believe that they're responsible for earthquakes and tectonic activity. So they're represented under like breaking free from the volcano like that. They're not actually free from the volcano, I guess. And they don't know if that's the true form. That is literally an artistic representation of what could happen. I just read their lore blurb. That's really fun.
Hey BLG, any sneak peeks into the Ash mystery? My friend is playing one and I wonder if their downside from the curse was lessened. Well, I don't know because curses, I mean, I'd have to cross-reference because it's not like I know all the mysteries, but typically the mysteries were changed where they're just purely bad now. But some of them are honestly not. I think Ash is actually not that bad. I think Ash just makes you vulnerable to fire damage, and that's it. Ash curse. You just gain a weakness to fire, and any immunity or resistance to fire is suppressed. You do get a penalty on any ranged attack rolls you make. And then at the final curse bound level, you take a -10 to your speed. So you get a weakness to fire that eventually goes up to 5+ your level. And you get a -2 circumstance on your attack rolls and a -10 to your speeds at curse bound 4. So honestly, not terrible. Obviously don't use it against a fire enemy, but other than that, most time it's good. The -2 circumstance penalty to range attack rolls kind of sucks if you're going the fire route and you like the fire ray spell. But as a caster, mostly not a problem.
Um, damn, now I'm just scrolling through these gods. Xiphus is absolutely sick from 163. Oh my gosh.
Any new pantheons?
That'd be a fun thing to page through.
Not sure. I know new covenants were added. But I don't think... Oh yeah, there are some new pantheons as well. I don't know all of them, but many of the core ones that came out in Gods and Magic are still here. So. I like how everyone's just doubling down into the Abadar Bitcoin now. Who all has the dragon domain in the book? Ugh, this page. Let's see.
Oh, I immediately was like, oh, let me actually like compare. How are there may like a bunch of new pantheons? The first one I look at is a new pantheon. There's a new one called the Children of the Night, about assassination, secrecy, self-preservation through murder, and vampires. I'm not going to go through all of them, but that's just a promo. So yes, there's a bunch of new ones.
So let's see. Gods so far: Varasha, Abraxas, Ragadon, Smald. Who's Smald? The pitiless dragon slayer. There's some gods that have it as an alternate domain as well, but I'm not looking into those. Ardad Lil. And that's it. And then obviously Apsu. And Dahak. Oh, and Shizuru. Alright, I did miss some. Alright, those are the ones I found. I don't know what K-Hounds are.
There are a bunch of pantheons and covenants, specifically with Kate and Callian, though. But yeah, Xiphus, just going through his stuff, he's very funny. And also one of the cooler representations if you wanted to make like a spooky Grim Reaper character. Like the art they did on him is very good.
Talking about scary Reaper characters. Love Apuk.
I do like Apuk a lot.
Apuk. Just a fun name. Again, there's many things in here I've superficially just like, I like this. I know nothing about you, but I love either your name or your face. An Apuk. It's a great name. I'll remember it forever. The War Pantheon. Is there still a War Pantheon?
I like that Apuk is just a skeleton head man.
What's
and
funny
like,
is the art he doesn't have any of his colors. His colors are black, white, and gold.
yeah, and like it's just a skeleton head dude with robes, and you're reading through like his stuff, and you're just like, oh, what a funny little guy. And then you like just his art, and you read his stuff. The Destroyer, Lord of Night and Fear, the Twisting Skull. And, like all of his lore is this is the most despicable bastard that's ever lived. He likes to torment the souls of the innocent. You're like, oh my god, this guy? This is the most like evil person ever? Damn.
Oh, if we're talking about Godclaw Pantheon, I don't even think Gorm was in Godclaw. Because Godclaw is all the like lawful gods. There's no War Pantheon. I've had a different name then maybe, but Godclaw I don't think had Gorm before. If it did, it doesn't now. The only difference is Godclaw no longer has Torag, but it has Uric. Or Urich.
Abadar, Asmodeus, Imade, Irori, and Urich.
Ghost-Worn Apuk is a Mesoamerican deity. Maybe. I don't know. Probably, if anything, inspired by such.
Apparently, there's a book called Apuk is Here by William S. Burroughs.
Oh, interesting. Well, the K-Hounds, I haven't seen anything about K-Hounds, but his Mortal Herald is a furry. So maybe that's a callback to it. I don't know. Any other yes, actually there's a good amount of art for those gods as well. Another one I like in particular is I love me Mother of Crows, but she's not necessarily Eldritch Horror. Where is Sith Javig? There you are. It's very Lovecraftian horror.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is a different spelling, but they are a Mayan god.
Yeah, Mesoamerican. So
yes.
Here's Sith Visug.
Oh gosh, I like them a lot.
Yeah. Prince of the Blasted Heath. It's a demon lord of disease. Oh, it's a demon lord. It's not even an eldritch god. Disease, fungus, and parasites. Originally a Klipoth lord, he was exiled by his peers for accepting mortal worshippers, transformed into one of the demons he despises. Oh, that's fun. So it was like an elder god, but then was just like, accept worship and was kicked out. Cool, cool. Do love this guy. You know, real quick, I'm going to use restroom.
Yeah.
But continue asking questions. I'll be right back.
I will say, so it was mentioned with the K-Hounds about uplifting his dog, because there's a side bit that I saw on Caden Callion's page where there's like a tiny little notice. Caden had a pet in his mortal life, the Mastiff Thunder. This phrase is used to refer to two individuals that are inseparable, much like Caden and Thunder, usually having formed a tight bond after one helped the other in a great time of need. The phrase is like Caden and Thunder. That is at least the mention, is that it talks about Caden Callion's dog. It does not at least talk about directly that, but that immediately made me think of, oh shit, is that mentioned? Because I was reading through his stuff earlier. Yeah, that is a fun little bit, actually. There are fun little sayings for every single of like the core deities in the book. Like there are fun sayings for like Asmodeus. One of them is great is Asmodeus, which is that's a greeting for other devotees of Asmodeus. Or what once was his shall be again. The gods that look monstrous but are really big softies. That is also a good question for any fun Pathfinder lore nerds that are in the chat. Because I can at least find monsters in here that look big and scary. Because I am getting more and more associated with the world of Galarian as time goes on. I am not super as like familiar as time goes on. I mean, I don't know. The Devourer could be a big softie if you get to know him. What could like a giant black hole? Maybe he just needs a friend. Personally, I think that like he just needs a hug. That does make a pretty great image. See, there's
Returned.
just looking through more of the art stuff, seeing if there were any good gods that look kind of scary on the outside but are nice on the inside. My vote's for the Devourer.
I mean, technically Lamash too.
That's true. My vote's for still page 137. They give you a mall. I don't know. That's kind of fun.
137.
Yeah, page 137.
The Devourer.
I think if you get to know them,
hole.
yeah, if you get to know them, they could be nice.
Well, I gotta say though, the page before we got a big muscle mommy with Dejer Mube. Jure Mube. So if you're into muscle mommies, I have the religion for you. Her weapon is the Great Pick, which is kind of sick. Holder of the Unquenchable Light.
That's a sick title, actually.
That is a sick title, yeah.
Push yourself towards own goals by striking your own path. Help others achieve their goals. Self-actualization. Oh, I like this guy. I like Emiton Galadaria. The Shared Hope. I think, oh, he's the guy that gives you a frying pan. Hell yeah. He's literally the next to the page.
The halfling god.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Other than that, like, I love this book. I think it's really cool. The art is super inspiring. I love the follower art, and the new gods are very interesting. The new pantheons and covenants. I think Battle Harbinger is really, really cool. I think a lot of people are like, I definitely know for future videos, I'm not really going to speak on like meta stuff for tabletop, because it's all like, many of the conversations around Battle Harbinger are just, but I want to do damage, or there's a slightly better option for this one specific ability somewhere else. And it's like, one, characters are an amalgamation of their abilities, so it's like, sure, other characters might have better versions of this ability, but not in the combination of what skill set this particular class gives. And two, like, we're just playing such different games. Like, I'm getting ready to do my class tier lists for post remaster stuff, and it's it's going to be a tier list based on my own criteria. Even if my own criteria is like if the three pillars are equal, but for many groups the three pillars are not equal for their tabletop groups. Like the three pillars being combat, exploration, and roleplay. And for many people, one of those pillars are going to be greater or smaller than the others. So like the Battle Harbinger is really fun because the whole thing is you are a cleric who gets martial proficiency at the same rate that other marshals do, which is insane. And you just make auras that just mess everyone up around you, which is really cool. So
It is. When is your video coming out
on
tier list
um
Pathfinder? If you have an idea of when.
probably mid-December sometime.
Oh, because I immediately was like, that'd be kind of easy for me. No scripting. I might make one real quick just for funsies in between because I was doing my Stormlight video today and I was like, this is gonna be a lot longer than I thought. Oh no. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what would be fun? I might do a Pathfinder thing just for like shits and giggles. And I'm like, I just want to make like, I want to try to make a video then edit it specifically as like a project to see if I can make it funnier. It's like a challenge for myself. And then we'll see. I'll see if it hits any of the Pathfinder people that I specifically yell at often on here. Because you know my opinions on many of the classes and how much they align up with people, with how thought out, how meticulous they are in the meta. Because I guess I'll change where Witch is because I actually like Witch. Witch isn't there to now fill a spot. But yeah, that'd be a fun thing. Witch was in B tier because the tier was empty and I wanted something to fill the space.
Also, funny enough, so I was awoken by an alarm earlier today. You know what that alarm was for? Because a year ago,
oh yeah,
we had a chat about like talking about where our channels will be in a year and just seeing like everything that's different. And I woke up and I was like, what the fuck? Why is this alarm? And I was like, it's been a year?
It has been a year.
God.
It doesn't fully feel like that.
It doesn't really. It feels like less time, but then I thought about it, I was like, no, yeah, that's true. Because that was right after Player Core 1, or around when Player Core 1 was dropping.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think that Player Core 1 was just a year ago, too. It feels like much longer than that, strangely.
That's goofy.
And no, technically Edmonton is not the god of cooking and spy work. He's just a good guy. That's it. Community defense, family bonds, found family, and repayment. But I don't know. Also, just like this book is inspiring. That's the thing I think people should take from Divine Mysteries is it's not a book for like, oh, let's get all the new character options. You know, it's the book for like, I want to come up with some fun character ideas. And I think they delivered on that. Also, God of the Frying Pan. Yeah, exactly. Not about cooking with it, just using it like a weapon. Respect.
Yeah, like...
Also, he's only got one hand, which is also interesting.
Yeah, the lore bit, I think, said he was born with that one hand. Damn, yeah, there's some, like, cool stuff. The witch one is something I keep being pulled to because it really looks like they were just pulling a lot of stops for it. Like a little tiny detail that I think is really fun. They listed a bunch of deities that every single witch patron could possibly be if you want inspiration for it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is such like a cool little thing they didn't have to do. But like that's so helpful for like GMs, I think, if they want to throw something at like a player or even like a player if they're like, ooh, maybe it's this for like story details. And then like Paradox Opposites is also sick. I really like that cantrip of like deal like small damage to like heal somebody else for like every time you sustain. It's not a
Yeah.
lot of like healing, granted, but it's like for a cantrip, for a single action cantrip. And the vibe is really cool.